Assalamualaikum. Today we will explain about Haccp application in food industry. Haccp stands for Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point. Haccp is an internationally recognized system for reducing the risk of safety hazards in food. Haccp is a systematic approach to the identification, evaluation, and control of food safety hazards. Hazard analysis is the process of collecting and evaluating information on hazards associated with the food under consideration to decide which are significant and must be addressed in the Haccp plan. Critical control point is a step at which control can be applied and is essential to prevent or eliminate a food safety hazard or reduce it to an acceptable level. Haccp is designed for use in all segments of the food industry, from growing, harvesting, processing, manufacturing, distributing, and retailing to preparing food for consumption. Haccp is important in order to prevent foodborne illness. Besides, it also reduces the risk of products recall and help companies save money. A Haccp system requires the potential hazards to identify control at a specific point in the process. These include biological, chemical, physical, and allergen hazards. Haccp is based on 7 principles. Principles 1. Conduct a hazard analysis. Identify the potential hazards associated with food production at all stages, from primary production, processing, manufacturing, and distribution until the point of consumption. The application can be involved by listing the process and identify the significant hazards that like to be occur. Principle 2. Identify critical control point. This can be made by determining the points, procedures, or operational steps that can be controlled to eliminate the hazards or minimize its likelihood of occurrence. Principle 3. Establish critical limits. Establish critical limits which must be met to ensure the CCP is under control. These critical limits are standards that are observable and measurable. The Haccp team is a group of people who are responsible for developing, implementing, and maintaining the Haccp system. Will establish a system to monitor control of the critical control point by scheduled testing or observation. Principle 5. Establish corrective action. Corrective action need to be established when monitoring indicates the particular critical control point is not under control. The corrective action is consists of specific outline steps that dictate what to be done to correct the cause of violation and what is to be done with the product produced while the critical limit was violated. Principle 6. Establish verification procedures. Verification procedures need to be established to confirm that the Haccp system is working effectively. Principle 7. Establish record keeping and documentation procedures. The establishment of documentation concerning all procedures and records appropriate to the Haccp principles and its application. The Haccp system must be built upon a solid foundation of prerequisite programs such as good manufacturing practice (GMPs) and standard operating procedure (SOPs), as they provide the basic environmental and operating procedures that are necessary for the production of safe consumed food. The examples of prerequisite program. The development of Haccp plan required a step-by-step process. 5 preliminary steps need to be accomplished before the application of Haccp principles to a specific products and a specific process. 1. Assemble the Haccp team. The first task in developing Haccp plan is to assemble a Haccp team consisting of individuals who have specific knowledge and expertise appropriate to the product and process. The team should be multidisciplinary and include individuals from areas such as engineering, production, sanitation, quality assurance, and food microbiology. 2. Identify products, foods, process that must be covered by the Haccp plan. Next, the Haccp team should list the categorization of the type of potential hazardous food need to be covered. 3. Develop a list of ingredients, equipment, and recipes formulation. 4. Develop a process flow diagram from receiving to distribution. The Haccp team will develop a flow diagram which describes all the process involved. The scope of the flow diagram must cover all the steps in the process which are directly under the control of the establishment. 5. Verify the process of flow diagram. The Haccp team should perform an on-site review of the operation to verify the accuracy and completeness of the flow diagram. Every modifications should be made to the flow diagram as necessary and documented.